Hey guys, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Robin, your Upline Star Director. I had posted on our team page asking if I was to make a video, what questions would you like answered, or what tips would you like. So I posted my story on our team page, on my team page, just so you can get a little bit more information about me. So I joined March 2012, and as of today, our team is 266 people. So it's really exciting because I've grown from myself to a team of 266, and I'm learning along the way, obviously, just like everyone does. But I want you guys to know that everyone starts at the same spot. So where you guys were, or are, I was there 2 years ago. So I think that by me helping you guys as much as I can, I think that will be helpful for you in your businesses to learn basically from what I've done, or what I've been trained on. So anyways, so some of the questions, I'm just going to jump right into it, and I haven't made any notes or anything, so it's kind of like improv, but I'll just sort of keep going back and forth to my questions. So the first question was, I want to know more about vendor shows. So vendor shows are tricky, because on one hand you're there to sell the product. You know, you pay to be there, you want to sell your product, but on the other hand, you're there to meet potential customers, and you're there to grow your contact list. So my biggest suggestion for vendor shows is don't spend a lot of money, because honestly you could have a great turnout and have great contacts, or you could potentially do no sales and meet no one who's really interested. So stay within a budget of about $50. That's usually what I stay in the range of, $50 to $100 depending on the event. Obviously, if it's a bigger event that I know does well, I will stretch my budget a little bit further, but I don't suggest doing it just to do an event. So some key things that are important to bring to a vendor sale: a tablecloth, because obviously you want to have a nice table. Scentsy sells really nice ones, I think for like $22 or $24. I have a couple of them just because sometimes you have more space than you thought, so you end up getting 2 tables or an 8-foot table and the cloth is only 6 foot, things like that. So definitely a tablecloth. The next super important thing, like if there's anything you buy and take, it's the ballot box from the Scentsy family store and the drawing notepads. Do a little giveaway or mail out a giveaway to a winner at the end of the show, but make sure you have these drawing notepads because you want to get as much information from people as you can. So I don't choose a winner if there is no email address. They have to have their full mailing address and phone number. If they haven't filled out all that information, I still keep it and I use what I have to do a mail out or an email or a phone call later, but if they have all their information, chances are they're going to be one of my winners, and I'll mail them, you know, a scent circle or something. This is great for follow-ups because a couple days, couple weeks after the event, you can reach out to all of those people who filled out a ballot and say, hey there, I met you at such and such event, just wanted to see if you were interested in being a customer. If you have a rep already, no worries. But if you don't have a rep, then I would love to be yours. So that is a new relationship that you've just built. For stock-wise, I don't bring a ton. I usually just bring what I have. And I've told many people, like, I don't order for myself. I simply use my hostess credits, which I get every time I place a $200 order or more. And because I have great loyal customers, I have orders coming to me all the time. So I'm able to do $200 orders just for myself, by my customers giving me them, and using my hostess credits as if I hosted a show. So I'm only spending, you know, half price or using free credits. The odd time I'll order something at full price if I really, really want it, but I don't purchase with the intent to sell. I purchase with the intent just to use and give away. So yeah, so don't go overboard trying to get stock because again, vendor sales are super important for contacts. The things that I find I sell the most are the plugins and the element warmers, just because they're on a cheaper end rather than, you know, a $50 item, and it's easy to sell a plugin in a bar for 30 bucks. So definitely plugins, elements, and definitely bars, because that's obviously what our business is wax and warmers. So for sure have bars. And also bulbs, because people are going to need them. People come up to you and they're like, oh, I can't get a hold of my consultant, I need a bulb, and you're going to have one, so then they're going to be super excited. I don't bring a ton of bulbs, I just bring what I have, as same as everything else. But what I do is if I run out, because every event I run out of light bulbs, I'll say, well, why don't you fill out a ballot and I will be in touch with you and I'll get you a bulb once this event is over, sort of thing. So that's a future follow-up. Other than that, tips on an event: don't stand behind your booth, you know, be out there handing out samples, handing out product sheets, handing out business cards. Always have information to be giving people to go home with. Chances are if there's a sample, they're not going to throw it out. They're going to have the sample and use it, because most paper items will truthfully go in the garbage. So if there's a sample, they're more than likely to use it and keep it. So that's that on vendor events. Always ask if there's another rep. I usually will not do I don't do a show if they have another Scentsy rep. Usually they will say, I don't allow two of the same or whatever. Or if they do, they'll say, just so you know, we are not limited to one rep, and I'll back out. I won't do an event if there's two Scentsy reps. I just don't like the feel of it. Okay. So next one is Sue. She wants to know about Facebook parties. So I'm probably like the worst person to ask for Facebook parties. I'm not a Facebook party person. I like the home parties. I like the feel of the home parties. That's what our business is about. It's home-based, home party-based business. But Facebook can work well, definitely for advertising. You always want to be advertising that you sell Scentsy. Everywhere, anytime, doesn't matter. As for parties, I've heard the best parties come out of a timed event on Facebook. So you set up an event, say 6 to 7 p.m., you invite all your friends and say this is going to be happening for 1 hour, and you have to keep refreshing the page, sort of like a live feed. So they have to just keep refreshing the page. And throughout the hour, you post things, you collect orders, you can make a cute little video kind of like this explaining some scents, just anything you want for the hour. When the hour's up, all the orders are due, you announce how much your hostess made in sales, so what she got for her product credits, and that's it. It's done and over with. You collect your orders, you move on. The other way you can do it is if just leave it open for, say, a week or two. I find that the longer it's open, the more people are less interested, and they're not in a rush to order. So if you have it open for, say, a week as opposed to 2 weeks, people in that week are going to rush to place the order. You can't do personal specials online, but if you have it invite only, so that it's a private event, not public or friends of friends and that sort of thing, it has to be invite only, private. You can post things like first person to submit a $60 order gets a free scent circle or something like that, just to get the orders flowing. Or have people share their ideas. So what's your favorite scent right now, or what's your favorite warmer? That will make people interactive on the event page. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Ask if anyone wants a catalog mailed out to them, because you're not going to see them in person, so always be asking if there's anything that you can mail out to them. I have a Venture One Canada Post small business card, and basically you get like 5% off packages and things like that. So I can mail like literally a box of 3 light bulbs, a bar, and a hand sanitizer, and a little thank you note for about $6, priority mail, so it's there the next day or the day after, and that's how I do it. So they'll get their little package right away, and it's not costing me an arm and a leg to mail it out. So yeah, so next one, so we did Facebook parties, our compensation plan. Okay, so Kelly asks about the compensation plan. The compensation plan is actually quite easy. It's not secret, it's not private, everyone knows about it. It's in every single catalog that we have, it's posted all over the place. Basically, it's like a chart of levels and what you need to accomplish those levels. Your sponsor will explain this more, but basically down the left-hand side is all the levels and the titles that you can achieve, and then beside them is what you need. So for example, to hit certified, you have to have 1,000 PRV, lifetime PRV. So this is, you know, if it takes you 3 months, it takes you 3 months. If you do it in a week, you do it in a week. Lead, for example, so a lead consultant needs 1 active frontline. So someone who is under them directly who places a 150 PRV order. So they have to be active. The next thing that they need is 1,000 GWV. So this is where a lot of people get confused, because GWV is a group wholesale volume. So anyone under you specifically counts towards your group volume. Group volume is only 7.75% of your PRV. So a $100 order is 75 GWV basically. So PRV is $1.20. So personal retail volume, which is what you need 500 PRV. So 500 PRV gives you, let's just say, 400 GWV. So you need 600 GWV from your team. So your team has to sell, for just to keep it easy, it's not what you need, but 1,000 PRV. So if your team and you get your numbers, you promote to lead. You always have to be following the chart. So every step up, so lead you need 1 active recruit, star you need 2 active recruits, and superstar you need 3 active recruits. After superstar, you only ever need 3 active frontline recruits. So, you know, a lot of people say, well, how am I supposed to get there? I don't have, you know, the frontline. Frontline, you always need. You always need to be recruiting. If you want to make money, you want to be promoting, and you want to maintain a level, you always have to be building your team. But the minimum to promote or get paid on a team is 3 active frontline. So that's awesome, because you don't have to stress out if you only have the 3 frontline who are doing amazing and then the rest of the team who is really boosting the sales. You will still get your numbers in. As a leader, anytime you recruit to be paid out on your downline or your team, you have to have 500 PRV. You cannot have less than 500 PRV. Under 500 PRV, you won't be paid on your team, and you have to be at a lead consultant level. If you have any questions, let me know. I know there's a million questions that can go around the compensation plan, but I like to say, like, don't stress out about it. Just see what you need and do it. Like, just hit it. If you're growing and building your team, your numbers, your GWV, which is what you need for a group, they will always be there. So just focus on recruiting, focus on growing your team, and always be promoting yourself. And really, you should not have a problem with the compensation plan. And as you promote and as you learn the levels, you really get familiar with how each level works and what you need next. So the next one, Kelly says, my personal journey. So I posted the story, so I'm not going to go into it in detail. I'm just getting the next question here because I had posted it on 2 pages. Okay, so next question or tips, fundraising. So Callie wants to know about fundraising. So fundraising is great because we're sort of our own business owners. We can do it how we want. Basically, what you do is, in the long story short of it, you are doing a show for an organization or a person or a group who wants to make money. When they give you the sales or when you submit the orders, you enter it as a fundraiser. You agree on a certain amount of dollar or percentage that you're going to donate. So I always like to start at 20% because most of us make 25% if we're certified or higher. And that gives you 5% leg room in case you have any expenses, which normally with a fundraiser you will. And then I always tell them, if you sell $2,500 in sales as a group, we can then donate 25%. So it goes from, say a $600 donation or $400 donation to say a $600 donation based on a $2,000 sales volume. But always go with what you get paid. So if you want to donate 100% of your commissions, 25% pay on any sales, you can totally do that. If you want to donate 10%, you can do that too. It's totally up to you. Now with fundraisers, you are going to get the hostess credits, obviously, because you're the hostess of the fundraiser. So what I do with the fundraiser is I use the free credits, and you can either give them back to the group, the auction, or whatever you're doing for the fundraiser, or you can offer, if it's like a school or a group of Girl Guides or something like that, you can offer your free product credit to give to, say, a buddy for the top sales or something like that. Use your free product credit to give back some gifts. Other than that, the half price items, obviously, you can say if it's an auction that you're doing a Scentsy party for and they're going to donate all the things, or Jack and Jill, that's totally fine. You can let them know you can buy this, this, and this for half price or whatever. But usually I keep the half price items, and that's just how I build my stock, and that's sort of like my payout from hosting the fundraiser. When you get paid, you always tell people, okay, so we're going to, for example, we'll open the fundraiser, say, November 1st till the 15th. All orders have to be into me by the 15th. And then I will cut you a check on the 10th when I get paid from these sales. So you have clear, specific arrangements with whoever you're doing a fundraiser with, that you're not going to want to put any money out of your pocket until you get paid. So yeah, you can do it basically any way you want. You can use the full catalog, you can use certain items, if you want to do a buddy fundraiser, or if you want to do the breast cancer ribbon, the Ribbons of Hope warmer, you can do anything you want to just keep it simple. Be organized. If it's unorganized at all, you're not going to look professional. And in the long run, fundraisers are great because you're getting contacts with many people that you wouldn't have beforehand. So, and there's tons of videos on YouTube about fundraisers as well. So if you have any questions, that you can just look it up on YouTube as well, or obviously message me or your upline sponsor or director. Okay, so next one is Stacy. Ideas on what giveaways you give. So when I do giveaways, I always do different things. So it's never ever the same. And I have a lot of repeat hostesses and customers, so they don't know what to expect every party, basically. So some ideas of what I give away is layers products. I don't like to give away too much wax because I want people to have to reorder the wax. And the wax is wax. People know what it's like. They don't have to use it to know what it is. With the layers products, they're more than likely not going to order a layers product unless they can see it, smell it, and try it. So that's why I do layers products. I like buying things like the hand sanitizers because with a half price credit, they're $6, and $5.50, and you get 3 of them. So that's 3 giveaways for $5. I like to do hand soap bundles, anything that I can bundle and get a good amount back. I don't like to buy things that are only good for one gift. So, for example, like one hand lotion. I'll buy a 3-pack or a 6-pack. I also really like to hand out samples, so wax samples, or layer samples, really. Like, I love doing the laundry samples. I think if people have a sample of the laundry stuff, they're going to buy it because it's amazing. I also do like little postcards that say you've earned a freebie, and I'll give them like a little free gift, like a cent circle or something, or $5 off your order. This is in the bag game that I play, actually, so I've already posted the video about that. I can do another one later if I need to, but yeah, like I'll give out postcards that say like freebie or $5 off, and I'll just take $5 off, and it's just at my expense. Okay, so I'll move on from giveaways, because really you can do anything. Just make sure that you keep it super cheap. You don't want to spend a lot of money on giveaways. How to get people to join under you. So I think recruiting is, it's not something that everyone is going to have the same answer for. I know a lot of my recruits personally have come from events that I've done and parties that I've done and created a relationship with someone and just simply asked them to join. Some of my recruits came from, I didn't even know them. They just knew I sold Scentsy and wanted to join. But you should always be asking. Like, if you're not promoting the opportunity to join, people aren't going to ask to join, or they could join under someone else who asks. Sometimes people feel, they feel when they're asked something, they're going to answer yes or no, and most times their answer is yes. So I think if you just ask, that's key. Always be promoting yourself, so always making sure you're talking about the opportunity, posting the opportunity, and just explaining your own personal experience. So I always say to people, you know what, I love it. I love the product. I love my discount. I love my commission. I work with a great team of people. I've won some awesome, or earned some awesome free trips. And I just share my personal experience, and that's how recruits come. So yeah, like, just share. And I always tell people, like, if you switch your mindset from I have to sell to I want to recruit and sell, but recruiting comes first, your sales are always going to come. So when you switch to a recruiting mindset, you're always going to be promoting the opportunity, but not everyone's going to want to join. So you could gain customers just by promoting recruiting. So next one is, how do I keep my customers organized and to ask them to order? Oh, so how do I ask them to order rather than asking everyone all at once, I assume? So I'm an organized mess, I guess. Like, everything is everywhere. I have notebooks all over the place, but I am organized. I know where everything is. I like to ask my customers to add me on Facebook. That way they can see me promoting it. And even though sometimes, like, they might not acknowledge it for, say, a month, but after that they might submit a $100 order or $200 order because they had an order in a couple months and they've seen all my postings and, you know, have been keeping a list of what they want. I love to make sure that they are happy with their stuff, so I'll always shoot out an email or message them to be like, hey, just want to check in, make sure everything's okay. But I don't want to be annoying, so I won't bug people. If I don't hear back from them, I don't hear back from them. I'll shoot a postcard in the mail or something like that just to see if they reply. But yeah, like, I don't really bug people for orders or anything like that. But you know, my customers know that I order quite often, and they know that if they give me an order, probably within a week I'm going to be submitting it, so they get their orders quite quickly. I don't ever charge shipping. I know some people do, but I always can get a $200 order, so I don't ever charge shipping. And I've had customers say, like, oh, I'll never shop with another rep because you always offer free shipping. And I'm like, well, everyone does, but then they, like, I've been told, no, you know, I've been to a party and I've had to pay shipping. So people like that you treat them well. So I think that's key to keeping my customers organized, is that they know when when I'm placing my orders, when I'm going to be delivering. They know that if I'm not going to deliver, they can pick it up. I do something every day, I guess I would say. So it's always there for them to see, rather than me really keeping tabs on them. As for like orders being placed and how I keep track of that, every couple months I'll mail out a postcard just explaining some specials or what's going on, or remind them to host a party. So any type of cute little postcard, I'll mail it out to every single person. If I don't hear back, that's okay. I will mail out a new catalog when new catalogs come in. I'll mail out new samples if I do samples. I'll mail out a how are you doing, let me know if you need anything. Just little things like that, so that even though I might not talk to them, they know that I'm thinking about them. And yeah, that's it. So I hope that that's answered all of your questions. I know that a lot of people have been asking about parties and things like that, but the best place to start is your sponsor, because they've just recruited you. They know what they're doing. Anything to do with parties or entering orders and stuff like that, please reach out to your sponsor. And then if they can't help you or they're unsure, they will reach out to their upline. Our team pages are great. We have awesome team pages, which can keep everyone, intact and up to date and whatever else. But our workstation is amazing. If you haven't been on it, we have an amazing training tab, training center. There's videos and calls and things you can listen to. Our resources has tons of information as well. And YouTube. When I first started, I spent a lot of time on YouTube, just watching videos, like how to package an order, how to do up a sample, how to do a referral card, how to do a thank you card. I YouTubed everything I could possibly YouTube on Scentsy, to the point where I would log in and search Scentsy, recently added to YouTube, and I had already seen them all. So just watch YouTube. If you have an hour, just watch a couple YouTube videos. But the biggest thing is promoting yourself. Like, I can't say enough how important it is to be promoting on Facebook. Facebook's free. You have hundreds of friends likely looking at your Facebook every single day, or scrolling through a news feed, who if you're not posting, they're missing out. Like, you're not sharing with them and they're not seeing. So they miss out, you miss out. And I find that a lot of my regulars are on my Facebook, and they love when I post stuff. So I'll get messages all the time saying, oh, I need this, or I need that, and stuff like that. Like, it keeps them, up to date on what's going on, and they feel special. If you're not posting on Facebook, like, honestly, you're missing out on a lot of sales.